This video is for 15.2 homework. So if you need any more help with mean, median, or mode, then be sure to follow along with this video. So before we get started, I just wanted to review what each of these words mean and how you find them, because there's going to be a lot of this today, so that is our homework assignment. So the mean, remember that's when we're finding the average, the fair share, the balancing point, all of those can mean the same thing. Oh, see what I did there? They can mean the same thing. So we want to add up all the numbers, so find the sum and then divide by how many numbers there are. So if there were 4 numbers, you would add up those 4 numbers, divide by 4. If there's 7 numbers, add up those 7 numbers, divide by 7s, right? We're seeing the total and then splitting them up into a fair share. The median is like the middle, but they have to be in order. So if it says 7, 15, 6, 32, 19, those are not in order. You've got to put them in order, least to greatest, and then find the middle. If there are 2 in the middle, when you get down to it, and there's 2 in the middle, then find the mean of those. Add them together, divide by 2 to find the center of those. And then the mode is the one that happens the most often. It's the most common on your dot plot. It's going to be the highest. They happen the most. You can have 0 modes. If all of them happen the same, there's 0 modes, like just none. You'll see there's a little symbol. It looks like, so they don't just say there's 0, they say like there's none. There's no mode. You can have 1 mode, 1 number that happens most. You could have 2 numbers that happen the same amount, 3 numbers that happen the same amount. So if they all just happen one time, though, we just say there's no mode. So it's not that just there's 0, it's no. So there's this little slash through the 0 that you'll see on your homework assignment. So let's jump into number 1 here. Summer wants to know which cat food her cat prefers. So she fed the cats and recorded the number of grams of foods the cats ate each day. So she fed them, right, a different type of food every day. So the first question asks, how many days did Summer log the amount of food? So every time we see an amount, that represents a day. On average, so that is the mean. So we want to add all of our numbers together and divide by how many there are, which relates to the days of food. Which amount represents the mode? So remember, mode is which one happens the most often. Is there a number that repeats over and over again? And then the median, we want to put them in order, least to greatest, and find the middle. So there are 7 of these. So you should just end up with 1 in the middle. So you'll cancel out 3 and end up with 1 in the center there. So you won't have to find that median. So when we have an odd amount of data, that really helps us out. So number 2 is a little trickier. So we haven't really talked about one like this. So it says that Jackson recorded the following data here. And one of the numbers we don't know. It's just X. The mean of the data is 3. So they added all these numbers, divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Since there's 6 pieces of data, and they got 3. So what is the value of X? So we know there has to be 6 things that we're dividing by. And we know the answer equaled 3 when we were done. So something, whoops, don't mind me, just showing you the answer if you're paying attention. Something, so we're going to say S for something divided by 6 equals 3. This will tell me my total that these had to add up to. So something divided by 6 equals 3. So what is the total of all of these numbers? So keep that in the back of your mind here. So to do this, we would want to add up the numbers that we do know. So add up 2, 5, 2, 4, and 3, and put your total here. We know that the mean was 3, and there's 6 numbers. So the sum of the numbers must be this number, this something right here. The sum, something divided by 6 is 3. So we're going to subtract our sum that we had from the total, and that will give us what? And these are the same here. So let me go through that one more time. So we want to add up what we know. We want to figure out what it should be. What should the total be? So this is what we know. This is what the total should be. Then we're going to take away the smaller number from the bigger number, and that will tell us the missing value of X. So go ahead and try that out. See if you can follow those directions. Number 3, we want to find the mean, median, and mode of this data. So here's that. If there's no mode, there will be a symbol on your little calculator thing to put in no. So not just a 0, put in no. There's nothing. So the mean, we want to add these up, divide by how many there are. Median, put them in order, least to greatest, find the middle. So I do notice there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you end up with 2 numbers in the middle and they're not the same, you've got to find that center. So add them up, divide by 2. And then the mode is what number happens the most often. If they all happen the same, enter in that no symbol. Number 4, same thing. So mean, add them up, divide by how many there are. Median, put them in order, find the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Since there's 5, these 2 will cancel out, these 2 will cancel out. You'll be left with 1 in the middle, and that will be your median. The mode, is there a number that happens more than the others? If there's not, put in the no symbol. Same thing here. So I do notice we have some decimals on this end, so be sure to line your decimals up as you are adding to find the mean. So line up your decimals and add those together. Then divide by how many there are. Then the median, you're going to have to put them in order. Think about whole numbers. So I can see, right, this is 1.8 compared to just 0.5. This is 7. So put those in order based on their decimals, and then find the middle. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that one should just end with 1 number in the middle. And then the mode, is there a number that happens more often than the others? If not, put in the no symbol. 6, same thing. Add them up, divide by how many there are to find the mean. Median, put them in order, find the middle. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So when you get to the middle, you should have 2 numbers that are left. Add those up, divide by 2, will tell you your median. And then the mode is a number that happens more often than others. So remember, there can be more than one, or if they all happen the same amount, then there is no mode. Same thing again, add them up, divide by how many there are to find the mean. Median, put them in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, perfect. So it's odd. You'll end with 1 in the middle. And the mode, what number happens more than the others? So it's not just the biggest number, right? It's not the biggest. It's the one that happens the most often. So on your dot plot, it would be charted up the highest. If they all happen the same, then put in that no symbol. Hey, this one just wants the mode. So here's our ages of dogs in years. The mode, remember, is the most common number. Number 9, in a recent tournament, the winning team's 6 members had the scores shown here. Which statement is correct? Is the mean, median, or so I see mean, and then I also see median, and it just says statement. So there's only one of these that is true, it looks like. So I would put them in order, find your median, see if it's one of those. If it's not, fine, then add them up, divide by how many there are, see if that's the mean. So I do notice there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So as you're finding the median, you're going to end up with 2 numbers in the middle. You'll need to add those up, divide by 2 to find that median there. And that's number 9. Number 10 is the median. Put them in order, find the middle. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So since it's an even number, you're going to be left with 2 in the middle. Add those up and divide by 2 to find the middle there. Okay, so this one says a parallelogram has a base of 13. So a parallelogram, right, has 2 sets of parallel sides. The base is 13 centimeters and it has a height of 9.2, and it is base times height to get us the area of the parallelogram. And last one, number 12, asks which quadrant -5, 1.7 is located. So remember, we always want to go over. So go to -5 and then up or down. So this is positive 1.7. So negatives, right, go to the left. Positives will go up. So we always start here in our positive quadrant. So here's quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. It just goes around in counterclockwise order. Hey, so if you need any other help with the mean, median, or mode, be sure to let me know and we can set up a time to meet together.